Hey, how about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Where's the other, baby?
You're listening to the Red Out Podcast.
Welcome into a Red Out Podcast. We are Jakeless tonight, as he is off at a birthing class by himself. We have Ross and Logan. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Hey, Devin.
So first, I guess since we're in Conference USA tournament, let's go to the Lady Tops, and they play ODU.
Well, don't we want to give a quick introduction to my buddy Logan?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Logan was my roommate all throughout college. He's a four-time national champion for WKU in speech and debate, and pretty fun guy. We're here in Frisco at a bar, drinking a beer, talking some WKU basketball. So
and cuddling.
Come on and kind of go from there.
And sharing headphones.
Yeah, and cuddling. Yeah, that's awesome.
We cuddle normally, but not with headphones.
Logan, I look forward to agreeing with you most of the night. As everybody makes fun of me, I'm the agreeable person on the podcast. So, Lady Tops, which a lot of people don't watch, their conference tournament has started, and they are playing ODU tomorrow at 12:30. Do we have a visual of their tournament, or do we know?
Basically, they're the 4 seed. If they can beat ODU, they play Rice, who's the number 1 seed in the top 25 and undefeated, who has a really tall lady.
Oh, yeah. Rice was the real good team that came to Diddle and ended up beating them because we couldn't get anybody to show up.
So Logan actually is probably the only person on this podcast who's seen the Lady Tops in action. So he
saw them in Little Rock.
There you go.
Beat the UALR Trojans.
Yes. How many teams are Trojans? That's what I want to know.
Troy,
yeah.
USC.
Of course, my wife's high school.
They're condoms.
Yes, they're condoms. My wife's high school is the Trojans. And I mean, it just seems like that's a very prevalent mascot for a lot of teams.
It's a lazy mascot.
Yeah, I agree. That and the Patriot is a lazy mascot.
Oh, yeah, it's Allen County, Scottsville, right?
Good call, yes. That's our mascot back home.
So I'll just say this. We've got a tall order. We're going to have to win the Conference USA tournament to make it to the NCAA tournament, which would be our 5th trip in 6 years.
That's just the life of a mid-major school.
Yeah,
yep.
It's not that good. But if we do upset Rice, I think there's a good chance that we could win it, and I think there's a good chance that Conference USA could get 2 teams in the women's tournament. So, it starts tomorrow against Old Dominion, and then if we win if we win Rice, I feel good about our chances, but I don't feel good about beating Rice. So they kicked our butt in Diddle Arena, and they've got some tall ladies. That's all I really know. So.
Anything can happen in Frisco, Ross.
That is true.
That is correct. Anything can happen here. I'm trying to find a visual. Let's see if this is... No, that's 13. Well, that sucks. I'm trying to find a visual real quick of the ladies' bracket. Yeah, it's like impossible to find. I found a blank bracket. That helps. That's useless.
Look on the towel rack on Matt's preview.
Okay.
There's it said MTSU review and then Conference USA preview, and that's the one we're talking about. So.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I don't want to send them a message. Let's see. Yes, here we go. Okay. I got you. Okay. Good. I got it pulled up. So.
This is good podcasting right here.
Yes, this is great. We just do it on the fly. So Western does have the bye. They play tomorrow. Or is that the dudes?
Yeah, they play tomorrow at 11:30 Central.
Yes. 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. So Old Dominion and Florida Atlantic tonight.
That already happened. Old Dominion kicked their ass 60-30 32.
Okay, so ODU beat Florida Atlantic. And who plays Rice tomorrow?
It looks like North Texas. So I mean, Rice is going to steamroll. If we can upset them, it will be a tall order, like I kind of said.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably going to be Rice in the finals. Who do you think is going to come out of the other bracket?
I'll put Middle Tennessee because they're always tough. So.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't know if UAB can handle Middle. Of course, I hope Rice is going to steamroll through this anyway, but we'll see.
Let's be honest, we don't care unless Western's in the finals. So
exactly.
We can move on. I mean, just like the men's team. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So let's be honest. We just ordered another beer, but
yeah.
If just like the men's team, Greg Collins, he can salvage a kind of disappointing season with the win. If not, this year was kind of a disappointment in the first year of a new coach, and that's kind of all you really got to say about this season. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a disappointment. You wish they could have got the upset against Rice, but we'll see. The game hasn't been played yet, so we'll just let it roll, let the cards fall where they may. But I guess what we'll go to tonight, the more important, not more important, but the more interesting.
The more important, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's why people listen.
I know Matt's probably going to start screaming at the podcast. But the Western Kentucky men playing, they play. Who they got tonight? Or who do they got tomorrow?
They play the winner of North Texas and FIU, who are playing the late game tonight.
So I guess if you want, we can go game by game and just go over these.
So if you go through FIU and North Texas, it's a tale of two seasons for them. FIU's been solid but not spectacular. They beat us in the first matchup. I think they came back from 15 down in the second half. Talented, but I think like we did all season, we played down to our competition. And North Texas was like 20-3 going into conference play. In the last month, they've lost 7 straight. North Texas will obviously have more fans, only being 25 miles from Denton, but it's kind of a toss-up. I think we match up well against both teams.
Well, that's my... Okay, so what I'm looking at here on ESPN's website, they've got the line for North Texas, FIU. So far, the spread is 2.5.
That's about right.
Yeah. So, and actually, FIU has beaten North Texas in the last 2 games that they played them.
That's crazy.
On February 16th, FIU beat North Texas 69-59. And then on the 9th, last week, FIU played North Texas and beat them 73-58. So I actually look for ESPN's calling this as a 73-26% for North Texas, but I'm going to say FIU's going to win that game.
They're the hotter team, and FIU's stone cold. The only prayer they really have is shooting well from 3 and just having that hometown crowd, because
it's a lot easier to get hot when you've got a bunch of green in the stand.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that, Logan.
Also, aside, I drove through Denton today, and I wasn't really that impressed.
No, it's a pretty shitty place.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, Logan. The only thing I remember from Denton was oil rigs and cows. Seriously, there was nothing there.
It's grown up a little bit since then. Logan, just for your information, Matt was a trainer on the football team. Devin was. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Jay confuses you with Jared, so it's fine.
Yeah. Devin was the trainer, so he used to wrap up people's legs and everything else. So
I could use you.
Yeah. If only I was there, buddy. But of course, North Texas was miserable. Actually, a fun fact for you all, I actually went to the Dallas Cowboys training facility that blew over in the tornado. I don't know if you remember that. The one where the coach got paralyzed?
Oh, crap.
Yep.
I remember that briefly. The new one where the thing's played right now is just ridiculously nice.
Oh, yeah. Of course, this one was really nice, too. It was just... It really didn't have the support for that kind of storm, but, it's whatever.
Frisco's kind of funny. This town just like sprung up. Like it had to be like in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years ago, there was a ballpark. I guess that was like 7 years ago. And then everything just sprung up around it. I remember adding the Rough Riders to the Texas League. Where the hell is Frisco? Now it's a real place.
My biggest thing with the with this coming up game, I think we're going to play the FIU, and I think Western will win. I don't think Western's going to have that big of. I don't think this is pretty easy road as far as the schedule goes.
Well, considering we don't have to play UTSA or Marshall in the first 2 games.
Or ODU, yeah.
I like that. I thought we were going to – it looks like when we lost to UTSA last week, which is yet again another giant missed opportunity, it looks like we were going to have to play Marshall in the first game, then UTSA, and then ODU. And with as inconsistent as our team is this year, there's no way we're going to run that gauntlet.
No.
So now we get a should be easier first-round game. And then we play the winner of Southern Miss and Marshall probably. And while I think both of those are probably the 2 hottest teams in the conference, we beat them, each of them already this season. We match up well.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends how we show up in that game. And we do that, and then we're in the finals, and anything can go there.
I will say I do like the way that Conference USA has the viewing of these games. All the first round games are on ESPN Plus. Then you've got Old Dominion and Western on Stadium, and you got UTSA and Southern Miss on Facebook. And then everything after that is on CBS Sports Network.
Hey, you're broke, you take any money you can get.
Hey, I like the consistency, though. These 2 games are going to be here. This is going to be here. You know where to watch it. You don't have to be scrambling before time to try and figure out how to get it.
Consistently inconsistent.
Exactly. So, I can easily see Western get to the championship game. Let's see.
I can see us losing in the first round or in the quarterfinals too.
Yeah.
What's the game plan to avoid playing down to the competition in the quarters and semis to get to the final?
There is no playing down. It's this. We've waited all season for this team to turn the corner, and if they can't,
And Stansberry's no Harper.
No.
I think he can be a Harper. He's not a game coach, but we have the talent. We got Bassey. We got Bearden's been playing amazing lately. It's to me the 2 most important players are honestly Hollingsworth and Josh Anderson.
Yes.
Inside and take mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, and honestly Jared Savage, who's Devin's favorite player. If Jared Savage is hitting threes and isn't going 1 for 11, we're gonna have a lot easier chance.
The game plan, Logan, is that Western has to do what they haven't done all year, and that is to put their foot on the gas and just leave teams behind. Don't play to your competition. You're going to have to play to you, and if you play a team that's down, you're just going to have to put your foot on their throat, or on the accelerator, whatever you want to call it, and then just beat them. That's all there is to it.
Well, and the reason that's so important, you're playing 3 games in 3 days. You got to buy your starters rest, and the only way you do that is if you blow teams out.
Yep.
If they can blow out of North Texas or FIU in the first game, and then take a break, and then your starters play 2.5 games instead of 3, and that's huge.
Yeah, completely agreed.
With a Southern Miss matchup against a good Marshall team for quarterfinal. Right?
Yeah, they're going to wear each other out. So.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
And then the other side of the bracket, I think, is kind of a crapshoot. ODU, after they clinched the title, they got blown out. They got blown out by somebody, and then they lost to Southern Miss and they lost to UAB, and neither game was close. UTSA got blown out. So I think there's 5 of the 6 teams could come out of that side of the bracket. I think Louisiana Tech could even do something. I think UAB obviously could. FAU and Middle probably not, but they could spring an upset. To me that's the more wide open side of the bracket.
Yeah, see, I think that bracket is just dirty as all get out. And the reason I say that is because you've got UAB that's already beat Old Dominion. You got UTSA that's got a great chance at it. I don't think Middle's got a snowball chance.
They could pull an upset.
They could.
Beat UTS. They beat UTSA. They could easily beat UAB. They've already beat them twice this year.
Their cheerleaders were looking pretty good tonight.
There you go. That side, I agree. I think it is a toss-up because there's two favorable matchups, but then you have the upsets that could happen. Let's see here. I'm going to jump into the mailbag real quick. Brett asks, will we win it all? Will we see ODU in the final? Can we beat Southern Miss 3 times like we did last year?
Logan, I'll let you take that.
Just ask 3 questions that are dependent upon receiving different answers.
Let's say one at a time.
Okay, so Brett asks, will we win it all?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe's it.
Yeah.
It's, like we've said, it really comes down to, can we show up consistently? Are we ready to play? If we're lackadaisical and, we don't put teams away, then we're going to bow out either in the first game or the second game. So who knows?
Yeah. I think Western's got probably, a 25% chance to win it all?
That's what Kent Baum said.
Yeah.
Kent Baum really rankings. So.
Will we see ODU in the final?
I'm going to say no.
You going to say no?
Who you got?
I'm gonna go UTSA. I think those 2 guys, Javion Jackson and Keaton Wallace, are gonna carry them. And they don't play that much defense, but they can score. And I think scoring is, if you can score, you're gonna win in these kind of situations. So that's what scares me about Western.
I'm gonna say something to tickle you, Ross. I'm going to say that Marshall beats Southern Miss and Western plays Marshall in the semis.
Which would be the rivalry continued, man.
Yeah, it could elevate your rivalry just a little bit more.
So funny thing, we were walking in to go get the media credentials, and we saw some Marshall fans, and one of them had one of those braided belt things, and Logan gives him a compliment, and then the guy goes, Logan goes, I wish I had a Western one. He goes, I had one, but I burnt it. So, they definitely hate us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Last part of Brett's question, can we beat Southern Miss 3 times like we did ODU last year?
Yes.
I think we can, too. I think it's definitely, if we get to Southern Miss, I think we can.
Here's the thing with Southern Miss. I went to the last game, week and a half ago on Sunday, and we match up really well. They don't have any big men. Bassey can dominate, and if we can zone in on them just shooting threes, they're going to make some, and they have great guard play. But we've shown we've got the size and everything to handle them. So as long as they're not going 60% from 3-point range, which most teams won't do, I think we're fine against them because we match up really well with the size. Marshall is what kind of scares me because they're really athletic, they're streaky shooting, and they actually match up with us decently. So you look at the 2 matchups, we were ahead and then lost, and then we were down and came back. So I think we should hope that Southern Miss does us a favor and knocks out Marshall.
I agree. I think Marshall has that. They've got the upside potential shooting because they're crazy at shooting threes. It's kind of a do or die, as we've said before with them. So John Condre III, I'm going to say that's your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it, buddy. What matchups outside of WKU are you most looking forward to seeing?
I'd say that Southern Miss Marshall matchup more than anything.
Yeah. I think Southern Miss Marshall. I think ODU UTSA could be a good game too.
Yeah, that would be great. I think Louisiana Tech, ODU could be a sneaky good quarterfinal matchup.
I will say that the last 2, you may want to mark this on your calendar, buddy, to go watch. UTSA and ODU have played, let's see, when was that?
Twice.
They played twice, and it's 1-point games both times, and they both went both ways.
There was the one where they pretty much beat down their leg, ODU, and UTSA came back down 15 with less than 5 minutes left, and then they returned the favor and punched the thing in San Antonio. But yeah, that'd be a great matchup too. I mean, Conference USA, it doesn't have really any great teams, but it has a lot of good, interesting teams that, I mean, I guess why, they rated that as the most competitive conference tournament because really I think any of eight teams could win it. So,
Yeah.
I hesitate to call it parity, but
I don't think it's mediocrity as much as parity.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's mediocrity. I agree. I think it's just good competition between these teams.
They're even. There's a bunch of decent teams, not any great teams.
on any given night,
Yeah.
you can get a different team.
I mean, Ken Palm, based on that thing, they actually have Southern Miss as the favorite to win it by the computer numbers, which kind of surprised me.
Really? Huh.
I think the big reason is because when they
Brett Favre,
Brett Favre, yes,
that's why.
Killed Mississippi's only one, but really, I think what Southern Miss does that like teams like Western and ODU don't do, they put teams away. They beat Marshall by 50. They beat UTSA by 30. And granted, those teams probably shot themselves out of the game, but you can learn something like that. That's going to give you street cred when the computers just go by cold hard facts and numbers. So I mean, if Western is not getting the ball inside, not drawing fouls, not doing what we think they should do, then we're going to lose to teams like that because that's our game plan. We're going to foul people out and go, and just throw it down to Bassey and keep feeding the big guy.
I love Chuck Bass.
Hey, I do too. Of course, we'll get to see more of him next year. But
doubtful.
I know. So Brett asks again. I'm giving you another shot, Brett, because we only got 5 comments here. Will we see North Texas' first game? I'd assume so. They have won a lot of games this year. We kind of covered that a minute ago.
They're decimated by injuries, but they are playing close to home. So it's a 50-50. There's really no answer there.
Yeah, FIU won the last game, so they could be knocked out first round. But being at home, they're going to have a little more oomph behind them. So, yeah, like Ross said, we'll see. Did we get lucky with the 2-seed bid, or did we earn our place?
Lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said on the group chat. Our team last year was a 3-seed, and they were 100 times better than this team.
Yeah.
Like last year, I mean,
You think they're more talented?
yes. Besides Bassey, I mean, you had Justin Johnson, Darius Thompson, Blake Colby, all experienced, all poised, and 2 of them were high major transfers. And Tavion's a year older, but I mean, last year as a 3-seed, I think we were a better team, and this year, I mean, we kind of lucked into it. We went 11-7 in conference. We got lucky. We won some tiebreakers, and you know what? Luck's fine. You just got to take advantage of that luck, and it remains to be seen if we can get there.
Yeah, I mean, really the only team that really dominated us this year has been ODU as far as shutting us out completely. But
we still were within a couple points of both of those games.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't stay with them, but they beat us both times. UTSA got us this last game, but we beat them during the season. In Southern Miss, we've beaten them, but all the other games, I just. And sorry guys, if my chair keeps squeaking, I gotta fix this.
We're in a loud bar. We cannot hear your chair.
I'm talking more to the listeners because the microphone's right here. Let's see.
Here's the thing. I think I don't know. We got one more mailbag question, but I think keys to this. I think things we want to talk about. We're going to need somebody off the bench to step up. Delano Banton, Jake Omer, Merrick Nelson. Somebody like that's going to have to step up and provide us some quality minutes and make some shots. Tohu Smith, another example. We're going to need that. We're going to need somebody to buy us rest and minutes or if we get in foul trouble. Our bench has been one of our biggest Achilles heels all season. I think obviously shooting's important. Also, I think Turnovers has usually been our bellwether all season. If we're turning the ball over, we're going to lose, and we're going to be all mad at the end of the day. So,
I agree completely. Western has got to, play on the defensive side of the ball more. Bassey's pulling in the rebounds for us. He's getting double doubles every game, so you can't really fault his
Well, I mean, we can do a better job at getting them the ball.
Yes.
And, Tavion can't just settle for jump shots. He's got to get in the middle of that lane and just do that little floater that he does so well.
It's a pretty floater.
Yeah.
It is a pretty floater. Let's see. Last question. Who's the next Darius Thompson? I don't know who Darius Thompson is. Do you all?
I don't either.
You guys aren't hardcore fans. He was the Virginia transfer last year.
Okay.
He had the cornrows and then the big fro and everything.
Oh, okay,
else.
yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
That was some hair.
Yeah, he had the triple-double against Marshall. He was, I called him the bellwether player last year.
Triple-double game with triple-double hair.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'd say style-wise, I mean, we don't have a player like that. I'd say Ben maybe, but Ben, I don't trust Ben in a tournament setting like this. I'd say the bellwether player, the guy who dictates if we have a good game or bad, is Jared Savage. If he's hitting shots, if he's playing defense, he's playing hard, he's gonna be our bellwether. If he does well, we're gonna be okay. If he goes 1 for 9 and just shoots us out of the game, we're screwed. So I don't know what they meant by that question, but yeah, that's what I would think.
The way I took that question is who is the guy that we're going to depend on going down the stretch. If the ball game, we got 10 seconds to go. If you need a Ty Rodgers to take that shot, who's going to be the Ty Rodgers? That's the way I took that question.
Pounding inside.
I mean, the problem is you can't give Bassey the ball in those situations because they're gonna do it. So if I want somebody to take that shot, I want Tavion taking that floater, or I want Josh Anderson driving in the lane doing one of those dunk fouls.
But remember Chuck Bassey dominating all SEC first-team forward Daniel Gafford in the Arkansas game at Bud Walton Arena. He's just crushed him.
Logan was there. Here's the thing. I totally agree, but none of the Conference USA teams are gonna they're gonna double team him. They're gonna dare us to hit. He makes free throws at like a 70% clip. They're gonna make us make shots.
Yeah.
And the way you combat that if you're not in shots is you go to the lane, you get fouled. That's what we do. If we can get plus 5, plus 8 free throw attempts per game, we're gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to win those games. But my thing is, like you were talking about with Bassey, you can't get Bassey the ball because you're talking about double team. Dude, if it was coming down to the last score, I'm going to put 4 dudes inside the red right there and just dare you to take the 3. That's what I'm going to do. But that's why I don't coach basketball. Matt, I mean, of course, you got Matt Horton. He's shooting 100% from field goal. I mean, why not do that with him?
If he sees the floor in the conference tournament, I'd be shocked.
Hell, Ross hasn't missed a shot all year.
There you go. See? Can't miss a shot you haven't taken, right?
That's Roy Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Yes. Sorry, I was just reading another comment, but yeah, that's all I've got. So
I think the ranking this week, I don't know if I stole your thunder, should be our favorite conference tournament moments as Western fans.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's let our guest Logan go first, then Ross, you can do yours, and I'll take mine last.
Tell some stories.
I have so many good conference tournament memories. We played the Sun Belt tournament in Hot Springs, like an hour from my house. So, the one that I remember that we didn't win was our senior year of college.
Went on spring break, yeah.
We went on spring break. 4 of us rented a cherry red F-150 and drove down there, eating handfuls of Tums at a time.
Burning cigarettes, yeah.
Staying in the shittiest of the Fleabag motels. One that my parents stayed in when they were too drunk to drive home from the races at Oaklawn 30 years before.
So it was the Motel Capri. It sounds very luxurious.
Okay.
There was blood and semen everywhere.
Well, there were stains and they were unidentifiable, but
okay.
My inability to identify them might have been due to my consumption of various spirits over the course of the weekend.
Okay.
So we were balling on a budget, and we decided to step it up the last night and go to the Night's Inn because we couldn't handle the Motel Capri anymore.
We moved up to $50 a night. But man, some of those Ray Harper runs in Hot Springs towards the end were just fun basketball, especially being there as one of the few Western fans, surrounded by all the UALR fans that I'd grown up with and all knew me. Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Logan, talk about, Logan only came to Western from Little Rock, Arkansas because of speech and debate.
I grew up hating the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers and Chris Marcus.
Because, UALR and Western was a good rivalry in the old Sun Belt in the 90s.
We started getting season tickets to UALR games at the old Barton Coliseum in 95 or 96, which would have been Derek Fisher's junior and senior year.
From the Lakers.
Yeah. 5-time NBA champion, 4-time NBA champion, Derek Fisher. And after that, I don't recall beating Western. The Trojans beating Western again. Even when Western would go through down phases, just would always find a way to beat us. And I hated them. And then senior year in college, I get recruited and flip a coin a few times and end up becoming a Hilltopper for life. And now I'll go and cheer against the Trojans, like when the Lady Toppers came to town. And I only get confused like 50% of the time about who I'm supposed to cheer for.
So, as a debate person, you flipped a coin whether to come to Western or not?
Yeah, I was either going to go to Western and debate or go to Arkansas and just be a normal person.
Oh, okay. See, I would think that a person who's in debate would, do a pro-cons list or something, a little more structured than just flipping a coin.
You don't know Logan.
Most people aren't champions.
He's a very seat of your pants kind of guy.
That's good.
We call him a peacock because he's different.
Well, buddy, without seeing you, you sound like Jesse Ventura. So that's just... So Ross, what's your favorite Sunbelt Conference USA postseason tournament?
So I've actually had the benefit of going to 3 different locations for Western in the conference tournament. I saw them in Birmingham a couple years ago, Harper's last game. We lost to Trey Freeman and ODU. That was awful. I saw them in Hot Springs. We lost in the semifinals there, too, to – who did we lose to? Did we lose to Arkansas State or something? It was Sergio Cruz. It was McDonald's second to last season. It was our senior year of college, and it was disappointing, but whatever. So hopefully the third time's a charm. I would say that my most vivid, fun memory of Western in a conference tournament would be probably my junior year of school. We played middle in the tournament. The team. I think it was the second team in a row. Our last actually legit we were a 12 seed. We ended up beating Gonzaga that year in the tournament, but we beat middle, and I was down in Panama City, me and all my buddies from college, and everyone was like,
I was in a debate tournament.
yeah, but we just all holed up in the room, just pounding beers, nervous as hell, and I just remember AJ Slaughter and Stephon Pettigrew. That was a really good team, and it kind of overcame Kim McDonald's crappy coaching.
Keystones at the time?
Keystones or Busch Light, one of the two. And, we bunkered down and we screened the Tops chant off the balcony at the crappy motel or we stayed at. And, that's fun. Like, when you're in a mid-major conference, a lot of times it comes down to that.
On a scale of Motel Capri to Embassy Suites, where would you put this Fleabag motel?
Right in the middle. It looks like a timeshare, but it's Panama City. It's the Redneck Riviera.
Redneck Riviera. I love it. So, is that all your fun memories, buddy?
I remember a little bit as a younger Tops fan, like where we would, I guess in the Dennis Felton days, I remember those great, Chris Marcus, Patrick Sparks teams, but honestly,
Such a sad.
Yeah, Patrick Sparks is still a traitor, but I remember us playing some conference tournaments, but it's very fuzzy. Like, I would say the more vivid ones are over the past 12 years.
Chris Marcus' freshman year, man. What a ball player.
Do you remember Chris Marcus, Devin?
No, I don't.
So this would be like 2000 to 2002.
Yeah, I was not following Western basketball, that's for sure, at that point.
Devin's more of a football guy, too.
Yeah.
So this guy is 7'2", just a man-child, like total project that Dennis Felton just plucked out of middle of nowhere, Georgia. And probably one of the saddest stories, really, because he was such a beast for us. And then he got hurt, and then became an alcoholic afterwards, and never heard from him again. But
ESPN magazine did a good piece on him probably 5 or 6 years ago.
He ended up making the all-conference team, or the all-century team for Western that they announced this year in basketball.
Playing 2 full seasons. Not even 2 full seasons.
Yeah, I mean, those teams were so fun. That's what, my parents both went to Western, and growing up as a U of L fan, you could see them on TV, but that's what helped me fall in love with Western. And I was like,
really
10 to 13 years old, and then, then I'm going college there, but those teams were just so much fun to watch in the early 90s, and they had some good, memorable CUSA tournaments. I think New Orleans was a big rival back then. Middle, obviously. Sunbelt, yeah.
South Alabama had a good stretch through there.
So, quick funny aside on Uno. So while we were down at that senior year spring break trip, my esteemed colleague right here got a little intoxicated, and some Uno band members found him just pretty much.
I almost made it back to the hotel.
Yeah, he made it close, but he was in rough shape.
I took a nap in the grass.
Took a nap in the grass, and we get a random call from a Louisiana number. We've got your friends. Bring liquor. What? So
they
some losers in a band, whatever, hold them ransom or whatever.
They don't realize that the guys they're calling, Ross excluded, are all over 6'3", 250.
That's hilarious.
So we bring him a pint of Kentucky taverns, give us our friend back, you losers.
I also called the girl I was dating at the time, and she was real pretty.
That's awesome.
Wild card.
So they're holding it. Yeah. So they're extorting you with alcohol to get your friend back. That's hilarious.
At the end of the day, here's the cool thing about being a Western fan as opposed to a SEC school fan or ACC or whatever big school fan. The camaraderie that comes with it.
Yeah.
There's only so many of us. It's a lot easier to follow the Kentucky Wildcats every week.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to follow the Louisville Cardinals, the Arkansas Razorbacks, the Indiana Hoosiers, whatever your flavor is. You're going in for the nitty-gritty. You're going for this 1 week in March. You're going for your buddies that you went to college with. There's not a lot of sidewalk alumni. Hell, even Bowling Green people or Scottsville people where you're from, they're going to go be more predisposed to UK because they like winners. And, we have 22 NCAA tournament appearances in a Final Four. We're successful, but it's never easy. And that's,
the 4 other WKU fans at the game in Fayetteville this year, we all just immediately felt this bond. I was the only one that yelled anything, but it's cool to see the minority fan there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even in day-to-day life, I'll run into somebody who's a Western fan or Western alumni or,
It's nice that you get that opportunity.
Yeah, and you have that, you automatically have that camaraderie, like you said, with that person.
Especially when you give them shit. It's why do you follow UK more than Western?
Yeah, but, growing up in Kentucky, I understand because,
you understand, but it doesn't make it right.
No.
All of you have bad taste.
Yes, that's true. But in Arkansas, you really don't have that big an option either, though, Logan, so...
Well, we don't have choices.
Well, you have Arkansas State, but, I mean...
Yeah, Jonesboro? No.
Arkansas lower up.
Go Trojans.
Well, here's the thing. What Arkansas does compared to Kentucky, they won't schedule any teams out of in their state.
Yeah, that's right.
So Kentucky won't schedule Western in the regular season because they know they lose, but they'll sure as hell schedule NKU, Eastern, or Moorhead.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's all part of it. I guess probably one of my favorite memories is the 2007-2008 WKU team where Darren Horn coached and Western went to the Sweet 16, beating.
Who do we beat in that conference tournament though? That's kind of the subject here.
Conference tournament. Now you're gonna make me look it up.
I mean, it's kind of a cop-out if you're not going to the conference tournament.
Yes. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Everybody remembers.
You can find 2007 Sun Belt tournament. Let's hear the row. Let's remember. I think it was probably back in the old Mobile days. Did you ever go to Mobile for?
I never went anywhere for any basketball games. Let's see.
Well, you better come with us next year.
I know, right?
We'll get a bigger Airbnb.
Yeah, we got duped on it.
That's 2006. I need 2006.
I got duped by Raw.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So, 2007-2008, Western. Where am I at?
It was in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yes. Well, hold on a second.
This is
Yes, Coach Darren Horn.
2008.
Yeah, 2008. Western had the first week bye. They played North Texas, beating them 84-70. Then they played Arkansas Little Rock and beat them like they always do. And then they played Western played MTSU and beat them by 10. So, that was probably one of the best tournaments for me because not only did you beat the Mutts, you beat Arkansas Little Rock, and you beat the North Texas Eagles.
What's
Falcons,
kind of crazy
whatever.
about that year is, despite probably the best Western team of our lifetime, we were a 3 seed.
Yeah.
I mean, that team had Courtney Lee, had Jeremy Evans, Pettigrew. It was stacked. Ty Rogers, Tyrone Brazelin, and we were a 3 seed that year.
Yep.
Who was the 1 seed that year?
1 seed was South Alabama.
So yeah, I remember those games. South Alabama. I only went to 3 or 4 basketball games this season, but I remember South Alabama was stout. They had John Pelfrey as their coach, former UK guard, before he went to Arkansas.
Before he went, continued our run after the Arkansas.
Of course, then they went to the NCAA tournament, and that's our hope for this year as well. Of course, Western, I don't see them making it to the regional semifinals. Sweet 16
Here's
whatever.
a quick question, Devin.
Go for it.
You might not know the answer, but I can answer it.
But
Right.
Ross does.
If we run the table this week, seeding options, I really think. What do you think we would be as a seed? We've got the good wins, but we've got the bad losses. Where are we going to be?
What, at 12? Probably a 12 seed?
12 isn't happening.
You don't think so? What is it then?
I think on a good day we get a 13, but I think 14 is probably our ceiling.
Okay.
Well, we can get an upset as a 14.
14-3. I mean, Wisconsin was probably going to be a 4 seed. We beat Wisconsin.
I would love to have a Wisconsin match.
St. Mary's, we beat them as they're a tournament team. I mean, we've got the talent once we get there to pull an upset or two. It just depends. We need that good matchup. I'd love to run into a K-State or somebody like that.
My thing is, Western always plays up to potential. Arkansas, West Virginia. So I look forward to the first round of the tournament if they can make it that far. So,
even those 1-16 games that we've been in, you've been competitive.
Oh yeah,
it's just crazy. So, the state of Kentucky has 4 teams that have clinched NCAA tournament appearances. Or not, UK and U of L haven't, but they're getting in. They're not even on the bubble.
yeah.
You got Murray, who's probably going to be like a 12 or 13 seed. You got NKU, who's probably going to be a 14 or 15 seed. We've got 9-day better wins than NKU.
Yep.
But they've got about 5 or 6 less losses than us. So hopefully if we do sneak in, we have the ability where they're like, well, they beat Wisconsin, St. Mary's, Arkansas on the road, West Virginia neutral, even though West Virginia is kind of garbage this year. Maybe we get rewarded in that grand scheme of things with a good seed.
West Virginia's definitely no Marshall.
That's true. So I'm looking at the Tower X. Let's see, whose article was this? Okay. I'm looking at Jared's article. What should we expect in Frisco? And I'm just looking at the picture of Western's the court that we're going to be playing on. And I'm sorry, guys, it just looks so ghetto. This just kills me.
You looking at the sheet?
Yes.
The curtain.
The curtain just kills me. It's
follow Conference USA curtain on Twitter. It's a pretty funny thing.
yes. I'll have to follow them real quick.
It's a bunch of jokes. You know what? It's not as from the opposite side, like underneath the temporary seats. It looks terrible, but I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm going to write a piece after this week. Thoughts on Frisco. Do the pros and minuses on it. Like, you know, I guess a quick thing we could talk about is Conference USA renewed Frisco for the next 2 years. And Western's fan base was rightfully pissed off.
Yeah.
And I can see the pros and cons. It's just like the TV deal we talked about last week. I think they were lazy. They didn't want to go to bid, want to find a Nashville where they had to do it logistically. They could just say, hey, renew this and not have to work. But, you know, the biggest fan bases in Conference USA, specifically for basketball, are Western, Marshall, UAB when they're good, ODU, Charlotte when they're good. Like, the Eastern teams are where the basketball's at.
Put it in Knoxville, put it in Memphis, Nashville.
Nashville would be great.
Yeah,
I mean,
you've already got the SEC tournament there.
I mean, move it up a week. Don't be so elitist. Just move it up a week. Yeah. I saw a UAB fan say Huntsville, and I laughed, but it's not a terrible idea.
Hell,
No.
Hot Springs, Arkansas would be better than Frisco.
Frisco's a lot nicer. I'll say that. Depends if you want the seediness or not.
Yes.
I mean, anywhere really would be better than Frisco. No offense to them and what everything's
No,
going
I mean,
on. But
that's why I said, like, reserve judgment a little bit, because it is really nice here. It's like a brand new city.
That's the kind of thing that a guy from Louisville would compliment.
yes.
Well,
This
I'm
is
just
why we
saying,
can't
I
have
mean-
nice things. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a bad situation, but
It
I
could
don't
be
know.
worse. I agree.
you know, and the thing we can talk about in the offseason is there needs to be a realignment between Conference USA and the Sun Belt, where the Eastern teams go to the East and the Western teams go with Texas schools, and you call it a day.
Nobody's benefiting. My dad and I talked about this morning.
Yeah, you do that, and then at least it's regional.
Yeah.
Instead of spreading them all out where you have Texas schools in both leagues, like every other thing.
God, I missed that.
Conference USA, Western, it made sense for Western to leave because you couldn't leave. The closest rival, if they would have stayed, would have been Arkansas State. You want to keep Middle as a rival. Marshall's been a good new rivalry.
Yeah, no, I think
UAB's a good rival, whatever. But
let's make it a super conference.
or a super conference. That's another great idea.
I would be
So
fine with a
North
super
USA.
conference.
But yeah, let's put that in the holster for the off season.
I'll join you for that podcast.
That'd be great. I look forward to it, Logan. But I'm going to call it tonight.
I think it's about time.
yes.
Run off the rails.
I was going to say, we've gone off the rails talking about all this craziness. Hope you all enjoy Frisco. It's good to
Follow
have
the
boots.
Tower app. We're gonna do some crazy tweets. And,
Yes.
have some fun and go Tops. And let's hope we make the tournament for the first time in 6 years, which
Has it been that long?
2013. Like,
Oh, my gosh.
there's gonna be a disappointing thing. This is gonna be the longest streak since
That
that was
we
the
like Kansas the first round.
when we almost upset Kansas. Yeah, that was the last time we've made it. So just keep that in mind this week when you're watching. If we don't make it this year, it's gonna be the longest drought in our team's history.
TOPS tops.
That's right, Logan. TOPS, tops. So follow the Tower Rack. Follow us on Twitter at Redout. And as always, go Tops.
Good Tops.
Tops.